This video will explain how to create a live video conference with students in Google Classroom. First of all, I'm going to start by saying there is no expectation to do this with your classes, and if you really wanted to do it, I would only recommend using it for year 11 and up. Okay, so to create a live video conference in Google Classroom, you'll need to be logged into Google, so you need to sign into Google, go to the waffle icon, and then select Meet. Okay, so click on join or start meeting, and then you give it a name. So I could call it year 12 revision. Okay, really doesn't matter what you call it. Okay, and you can actually see my camera is switched on. That's interesting. I'm talking while it's recording myself. Great. Select join meeting, and then you copy this meeting code. So this is very important. Okay, so you copy this. You do not use copy to join in info, because if you copy this, if you use this link, it's going to take both the hyperlink and the pin and the phone number. Okay, so we then go to Google Classroom. I'm just going to angle this camera away from me so I'm not self-conscious. We go to Google Classroom. And I said year 12, so I don't know, there we go. So let's use this beta class. Okay, so I can either simply paste that link in there, okay, so by going to share something with your class and Control V, or I could just right click and hit paste. Okay, give it some information. Please click at, I don't know, 12:30 to join this meeting. Okay, obviously you would add a little bit more information than that, and then you can hit post, or we could have gone into classwork and then posted it in there. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the stream, so it's in there at the moment. So when students click onto this, they'll be able to join the meeting. The final step for students to take is to select join now, and they will be in the meeting. Okay, so a couple things I would recommend straight away is to get students to mute their microphone. Okay, unless if you want to test if you can hear them. Okay, so I've actually got two meetings going on at the same time, and you can see they've got the same code. Okay, so that's just for testing purposes. Obviously this wouldn't happen in the real situation. So I'm just going to close off one of those and then go back to this one. Okay, Richard Jacob has left the meeting, but I'm still in there. So what would then happen is you would be able to see all the kids, okay, in the meeting come up here, and they don't need a camera. Okay, so they don't need to have a camera, but they would be able to see you. Now, if you wanted to, this is more for just normal meetings. So when I meet with Chesington, I would just go down there and type in, for example, Barry, put in send invitation, and that invitation would go to his email. If for some reason a student can't join, but you know they're waiting, just think for year 10, if I wanted to put in Eddie Tong, again, if I send an invitation, that would go to his email, and then he would select on the link and then be able to join the meeting from there. So there's a few ways to go about doing this. Okay, now notice I just clicked at the bottom of my screen. Down the bottom of the screen gives you a few options. You can actually, now I haven't tried this yet, but turn on captions, and as I speak you can see the captions showing up. Okay, so pretty cool. If you wanted to have that on there, you can. I'm going to turn it off. Cool options in Google Meet is this present now feature, where you can either decide to present your entire screen, so you could show your entire screen to the class or anyone in the meeting, or you could just select a window. So let's have a look. So if I select window, it will show you the different windows you've got available. I've got the e-bulletin here, so if I wanted to share that, okay, so the kids would then be able to see this whilst I'm talking. If you haven't had a chance yet, I would recommend this. It's a great read by Mr. Clements in the bulletin. Um, Special thanks to Mrs. White's hairdresser. Where the man gets this stuff, I don't know, but it's great. So anyway, if you want to then stop sharing your screen, hit stop sharing, and there we go, so we can get rid of that. So the final thing to note, we will come back to this screen in a different video, is if you want to edit the settings on your microphone on the video, you can use the three dots down here and edit the settings. But if you're using a Chromebook, the camera and the microphone are built in, so you shouldn't be able you shouldn't need to edit any of the settings. Okay, so one final note before I go. You might be thinking this is great and the students can access this. So we've only recently turned this on for students. Now the great thing about this is students can join meetings, okay, that staff have sent them the link to. However, they cannot create a meeting for obvious safeguarding reasons. Okay, so if you'd like to use this, again, probably want to rewind the video and go ahead and try it out. To end your meeting, just hit leave call.